Thursday. We got out of school 15 minutes early. It's 5 till 3. We're getting ready. We're gonna get the Ranger. Where are we at?
We're back.
Where are we going tonight, man?
Center field.
What do you think about that spot?
We're gonna get a buck out of it.
What do we practice here, huh?
Deer call deer management.
And what do we do?
Let them grow so they can grow.
Let them go so they can grow.
Come on, Dad. Let's go get that buck.
All right, buddy. We're gonna sneak back in there at center field, get that new stand. I think everything's looking good for us tonight. What do you think?
Yep.
As an outdoorsman, passing on the hunting tradition to your children is something you dream about. Teaching them to honor the land and the wildlife that roam it.
Wow, boy, that's awesome.
By passing on the idea that we should leave the land and its habitat better off than how we found it. The lessons you learn as a hunter not only apply to the woods, but to all aspects of your life as well.
Way to get it done, buddy.
This country has so much to offer when it comes to hunting opportunities, but Pennsylvania holds a special place in my heart. I grew up hunting these hills, marching into the woods covered in blaze orange, with my uncles leading the way. They taught me the basics and instilled in me what it means to be an outdoorsman, the same values that I now see in my children. Fast forward to today, and my mindset has changed from that of a hunter to one of a land manager with my son by my side. Each hunting season that I get to spend with him makes memories we will both hold on to for the rest of our lives.
Got our first double together.
Over the years hunting together, we have had many firsts. From that first harvest to our first trip out of state. None of these things would have been possible without the hunting tradition being passed on to me when I was a child. Now, our family has a farm that everyone can enjoy, making memories in the great outdoors with the ones you care about the most. This land has our name on it now, and it is our duty to make it the very best that it can be. We are conservationists, habitat creators, and most importantly, stewards of this land. In order to understand what the off-season is all about, we first need to tell you how we got here. Growing up in a small town in rural Pennsylvania, there were sports and there was hunting. I took interest in the outdoors, and because of friends and extended family, I found my lifelong passion. Over the next 14 years, I hopped around from property to property, hunting as much as I could and whatever I could. At this time, I started to see the writing on the wall, as most of my accessible land began to get sold or closed off to hunting. After getting married in 1994, followed by the birth of my son Austin and my daughter Allison, I knew I wanted a piece of property to call my own. This would ensure that we would have a future place for my children to safely hunt, as well as keep the hunting tradition alive. The first piece of property I purchased was just 20 minutes from my home and consisted of 385 acres. At the time, this was still a very risky purchase for a 30-year-old married father of two who was still paying off college loans and paying for a house. Through hard work and ever-growing desire to manage my own property, we made things work. Fast forward to 2021, and our farm now consists of over 3,000 acres. While obtaining this ground and growing as a property owner, I watched myself, along with my family and friends, transition from just hunters to land managers as well. Aiding in this transition along the way was the Quality Deer Management Association, which is now the National Deer Association. Austin and I have both taken deer steward courses where we've learned so much about property management, including food plots, wildlife habitat, and so much more. Following the practices we learned from the knowledgeable people over at QDMA, our farm went from just an okay hunting property to an amazing chunk of habitat for all wildlife to flourish. Owning land and managing it with my children has been one of the most satisfying things I've ever done in my life. We have a philosophy in our family that while our names might be on a piece of paper saying we own this land, we are really just stewards of the land we work. We realize that someday someone else will be the holder of this land, and it is our goal to leave it and its habitat better than when we bought it. Sharing what we have learned with friends, family, and fellow land managers across the country is what we love to do. This desire is what guided us to start our outdoor television show, The Bearded Buck. On our show, you get to see the results of hard work and conservation through the successful hunts we bring our viewers. Our focus of the new series is to show more of what it takes to set up a successful farm and what we do when we're not sitting in a tree stand hunting. This is exactly why we are bringing you our new series, The Off-Season. These will be shorter episodes dealing with the specifics of our land management tactics, including everything from food plots, timber stand improvement, property development, trapping, and much more. We hope to show you that hunters really are about so much more than just a trigger pull. We are conservationists, land managers, and habitat creators. I want to emphasize that our way isn't necessarily the best way or the only way, it's just what has worked for us here for the last 20 years at the Bearded Buck. We ourselves are still a work in progress. We are always open to criticism and learning new methods from other land managers. We consider ourselves very fortunate to get to hunt all over the U.S. and experience many types of hunting in diverse habitat. However, to us, the most satisfying hunts we do all year are those on our home farm right here in PA. To us, success isn't measured in inches of antlers or length of beards. The same as a successful hunt doesn't always end with a harvest. Whether you hunt public ground, have permission to hunt private land, or own your own land, whether it's 5, 50, or 5,000 acres, we hope you can find some useful information to help you become a better hunter and land manager. We are truly passionate about conservation and land management, and we hope it shows through our new series, The Off-Season.